psych. That's the wrong number.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
La encontré porque te estaba la paellera.
Well, hello, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of the OBS Airplane Show. We're back later than I was expecting, and we're going back on later than I want tomorrow. Now, I'm off of work tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday, December, look at me, February 17th, I think it is, year of our Lord 2026, but I thought I could send my renewal in for my driver's license, but no, I gotta take a vision test, so I'm gonna be up in that bitch first thing in the morning. Then I'll be back, and then we're gonna do that X-plane joint that we were talking about, the Air Alaska flight, Alaska Air 61 from Seattle to Juneau, Alaska. Tonight we're gonna, I think I figured out that mission that we were doing last night, the one with the NDB and the VORs. Yeah, when we went into the cone of confusion, I just did not fly straight enough, long enough. We didn't really enter the cone, and I was already turning. So I was playing it on the Xbox last night. By the way, the shit runs great on Xbox. Let me just tell you, the shit runs great. It's amazing. I do have something I want to show you guys. Bear with me 1 second. I just want to get the page pulled up here. I have something new coming down the pike here. Let me yeah, I guess I can show this screen. Just trying to see which screen is the best for me. So I guess I can show this one. So since we have a certain amount of subscribers now, we can actually have t-shirts and all that stuff. So I actually created we have our No BS coffee mug. Right? No BS Flight Sim established 2024. And then we have the logo on the other side here. You know, the No BS. So that's going to be our coffee mug. I only have 3 products right now. You know, who knows if anybody's going to buy. I'm going to buy one, I think. We have our No BS sweatshirt. Right? And then it's got the little logo on the sleeve here. Oh, I didn't even realize they did that. I didn't fully design this one. Okay, yeah, it's cool. It's got the little patch there. I don't know if I would have done that, actually, if I caught that. Anyways, I can always edit it and take it off. But yeah, we have a lot of colors. We're going to have carbon gray, charcoal heather, you know, team. So we're going to have a lot of colors. And then the last thing is this t-shirt here. Oh yeah, show the world you're done with bullshit by wearing, oh, you got to put wearing it all over your torso. That. You know, let me just save this. And then, so the t-shirts, we have a lot of colors as well. Some of the brighter colors did not look good with the lettering, but yeah, man, it's cool. We got the No BS Flight Sim up here on the breasticle plate. And then on the back, we have our logo. Now, I was trying to make it bigger, but it said that the image quality wouldn't be so good. So we just have a little stamp on the back. You know, like Alex Jones, he's got whatever he says on the back. And then on the sleeve, we have our logo, you know, our no BS. But yeah, man, it's pretty cool, man. So yeah, man, I'll let y'all know when the shit goes live, because it's probably gonna take I think by tomorrow I'll know for sure if the stuff's up and running. But yeah, man, let's jump into this piece. I'm so upset that I got to go to the MVA tomorrow morning. That really does suck. Day off. I was hoping to sleep in. I couldn't sleep in this morning. I had, you know, stuff to do this morning. I couldn't sleep in Sunday. Man, I'm not going to be able to sleep in until the weekend coming up. And then I go work on Saturday. So, let me show y'all. So ChasePlane still does not work. I've read online where they say they have certain fixes and all that shit. Those don't work. There's no wxstation.bin file anywhere in the folders. I even tried to run it as an administrator first. That didn't work. So right now, so I'm sure ChasePlane is aware. They've been coming out with a lot of updates. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. You know, and then I did notice something with one of these airplanes. Let me jump in this airplane real quick. If you're doing the beta and you're having a situation where like the airplane's moving a lot, try deactivating some of your mods. So like I have FS Realistic Pro, right? And when I got in earlier into the airplane, it was just jumping and jumping and jumping around. As soon as I got rid of the FS Realistic Pro, it went away. It was perfectly fine. So yeah, so you know, obviously there's going to be some issues with these mods, being that it's a brand new beta. It just got released, and I haven't really seen any updates at all yet from anybody for it as far as mods. As soon as I do, I'll, you know, we'll talk about it. But yeah, let's doesn't matter if we're outside. ChasePlane. So it'll say binding, or what does it say? Something. I forget what this is. Bundle something. Binding something. Bridge module, that's it. I knew it started with a B, I just couldn't remember. So, but yeah, if you go, so the bridge module is not working. If you go under here, like they just had a bug fix, you know, recently. You know, like last Thursday. They had one last Wednesday. So, I mean, they're continually updating this, you know, as it's been released. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that within the next couple of days it will be, you know, and if you've bought this from the Parallel 42 website, you know, all you have to do is just run the downloader again, which is in the folder. If you don't know where that is, let me show you. Bear with me 1 second. Folder pulled up. And we got put on some. I do want to try GSX tonight too. I did update GSX yesterday before I went live, and want to see what it looks like. Dude, there's a John Wick game coming out that actually looks pretty dope on the PlayStation. Other than that, the PlayStation event they just had looks like I didn't see any games that I really wanted to play. There was one with an octopus that looked okay, and then the John Wick game looked pretty dope. But the John Wick game, I hope it's not a quick time event game. I am not a huge fan of hours and hours and hours of quick time. If you're not familiar with quick time, it's like where you go to do a move and it's like you have to push B, or you have to push A, or you got to push a certain button or move the stick a certain way. And yeah, I am just not like a huge fan of those. So, okay, let me share my screen. Oh, it's already shared. Okay. Oh, what am I pulling up? Oh yeah, the folder is. Okay, so when you get into your folders under local cache, packages, go to community, and then now you can save this as a shortcut as well, but go under E42 ChasePlane, and then just run this. And then this is the installer. You have to be out of the simulator for it. I even tried to delete the WASM folder as well tonight. I thought that was maybe something that would have worked. I know like WASM is an issue at times. Yeah, like this, I deleted this and then tried to run it, and that still didn't fix it. Just check something real quick. Look under local state and see if there's anything from. Do we just have just flight? All right, let me go back into. I just want to type in WX Aviation again and just see. I don't think anything's going to pull up. I probably should have just done .bin. Yeah, it would have pulled something up already. Let me try .bin real quick and see what pulls up. Oh, yeah, that's probably would have been easier just to search. Let me look one last time. And okay, that's what I saw before. I saw the screen flash with some folders, but it must be because I just put in W. Okay, so that doesn't. All right. So anyways, that's where you can go to find the thing you have to run in order to install updates or install it. So you can get it there. I'm sure you know where to store those folders. You can always keep it in a separate folder. That way you don't have to go hunting like we just did. Probably save it to your desktop or your start bar, or pin it to your taskbar. All right, let's exit this bitch, and we're gonna do that flight again from last night. Met my daughter for lunch today. That was fun. We went to Barnes & Noble, bought a couple of books. She got a couple of books. I got the Adventures of Tom Bombadil from J.R.R. Tolkien, and then I also got the Silmarillion, which I've been wanting to read that for the longest time, man. The Silmarillion, it's like the background of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbits. It's like how the world started and the elves and oh man, can't wait to read it. All right, let's go. I think we were doing navigation exercise. Yeah, this is the one. Now, if you are playing this on Xbox, it will take a little while for it to actually generate. Like, it took a while last night for it to generate. It did, and it ran really good too. But it literally took, I want to say it probably took like maybe 2 minutes for it to load, which, when you're sitting there waiting for it, that's a long fucking time. My glasses at? Where my glasses at, bitch? Malcolm! I can't wait to get my new t-shirts. We got no BS, no bullshit flight sim shirts coming. Shirts, mugs, and sweatshirts. Alright, I might turn auto FPS off. We'll see how it goes.
Hopefully you are by now experiencing firsthand how flying on instruments alone can be broken down to a series of simple techniques. Now we combine the topics covered so far in a non-route navigation exercise involving attitude flying plus VOR and NDB navigation.
We need to stay at
First,
2,000 feet
and identify the Jersey VOR into the nav1 radio, frequency 112.2.
or altitude. Don't say anything, bitch. I might restart this real quick. If he says something about the altitude, I'm gonna start it. Restart it.
Jersey VOR identified. You can turn off the nav1 ident now. Now, using the OBS, set and intercept the radial 360 to the VOR. We're flying a radial towards a beacon, so remember what this means for the course we need to set. Good, we are flying a radial to the beacon, so we set the reciprocal, course 180. We can see that with our OBS set, the CDI bar is off to the right. Now turn to a suitable 45-degree intercept heading for course 180. Maintain 2,000 feet.
I know. Fuck, dude, I know. I'm sorry. There we go. One more warning. We're probably gonna get a B for this lesson. I'm sure he's gonna talk to us a couple of times.
Our course set, so we chose an intercept heading to the right of our OBS course. Now complete the interception and fly us to the VOR.
Got it, buddy. Going a little fast, actually. Should be around 90 knots. All right, we're getting ready to make a turn. Very good.
Now follow the course 180 to the VOR and climb to 3,500 feet.
Can't wait to get my new microphone.
Power settings.
Flip it right here. That way I don't have to worry about this shit in my face anymore like this. All right, full power. Make sure we are climbing at 7.5 knots. Should be climbing at about 500 feet per minute.
Make sure to hold a 7.5 degree pitch attitude.
Don't talk to me, Nate. Don't start this shit to me. At least give us a chance to correct our ways. I mean, shit. There we go. That's our second warning. Even though it's a different warning than the first time, we're probably gonna get a B now. That's okay. That's okay. If Nate wants to give us a B, little British guy, go ahead. I mean, I guess he's British. He sounds like he's British. Him a little bit. There's like a view like I had in ChasePlane. I had a ChasePlane view just like this on these for these missions. And then I had one for the radios as well. I could just push a button, go right to the radios, push a button, go right back to this, and then push a button and go right back to the pilot view. Yeah, ChasePlane is probably one of my favorite mods on this thing. Flow is a close second. I like Flow a lot, but ChasePlane probably my favorite one. In case you guys were curious what my favorite mod is. I wonder what's Greg's favorite mod. By the way, with auto FPS tonight, we're running at 111 frames per second. GPU is maxing, but that's okay. That's what it's for. I'm ready and level off here in a moment. Gonna have to adjust our trim a little bit.
Now
Throttle.
maintain 3,500 feet to the VOR. Continue on the course 180 to the VOR. We'll leave on the radial 200.
Leave on the radial 200. Okay. I should probably take my slippers off playing this. Not like when I play drums, I like having my shoes off, no socks on when I'm playing drums. I'm gonna be starting a new type of channel here coming up in a few weeks. I'm gonna be doing I'm gonna be drumming to a lot of different songs. Tool, you know, Rush, Led Zeppelin, you know, Three Dog Night, Fall Out Boy, Metallica. But I'm gonna be using practice pads. As the home I live in, you know, like I'm in a duplex, so I can't like make a ton of noise, and I don't have, to be honest, I don't have the close to $10,000 that I would need for the real kit that I want, which I will have the money one day for it again. I used to have a job where I had to. Anyways, you guys don't care about that. But yeah, so right now that's what we're gonna be doing, one of those practice pad kits. EW makes a really good one, and it's a little, the pad's a little harder than I think what I would normally like, but from what I understand, now I'm gonna go test it out before I buy it, but from what I understand, it'll be quiet enough for the home here. Tama makes another one, but theirs is crazy fucking expensive. Theirs is like $700 for a 5-piece. That's crazy, dude. For a practice kit? No, thank you. Not unless it felt like if it felt like a real drum head, or you could tighten it or tune it a little bit. That's one thing, but I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. But I like the DW one. It looks like it's like a pole, and it's got like arms that come off of it, 4 arms, and each arm has a pad, and it folds away. It you know, you can store it really easily. So I would need really.
We're getting close to the VOR now.
Okay.
When you enter the cone of confusion, turn right to heading 200.
Okay. All right, let's pay attention to what we're doing. This is not no BS drums. All right, we're trimmed out pretty well. Let me at least get back to south. Getting ready to enter the cone of confusion. Then we'll go to 220. Heading of 220 once we get to the cone of confusion. As that flag goes away. This flag over here is going to be changing. There we go. We're leaving on the 200 radial. Alright, let's stay heading this way until we capture it. I'm pretty sure this is what I did last night and it worked. So we'll see, hopefully it'll work. we're heading on a 20. Yeah, I think we should be heading more towards the southeast to capture this flag. At 200. Let me see what radial we're on. Let me leave it there and just see which way the flag moved. It looks like it's getting closer. Let me go this way. It said to 200 radial. What we're leaving on. Might have to restart this. It might just be an issue on the PC. Maybe the Xbox One works fine and this one doesn't. Alright, so we're at a 45-degree angle. I really don't feel like starting this over again. Okay, so that's coming into play. Let's see what happens when we capture 200. Unless they mean to say you need to leave on the two. Wait, did he say the 220? No, I thought he said a heading of 220. When you enter the cone of silence, the cone of confusion, go to a heading of 220. Right. But that doesn't make any sense because that's moving us away from the VOR. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Maybe they mean you need to leave on the 200, like, head to the 220 radial, which with the reciprocal would be 60, which would make sense. At least that would be putting us in the somewhat direction of where we're going. Or it might be 40. I don't know. Yeah, 40. 40, heading of 40. All right. I mean, we're on the radial. Alright, let's start over. We'll start over one time. And then I won't, when we, I guess I'll just have to not talk so much. Maybe that's the problem. Hey, what's up, Y? How you doing, bro? That's my favorite image to use when I'm rolling on DSP. My favorite image, the Giga Chad. That's how I look when I take my shirt off. I'm chiseled just like that, and I look just like that.
Experiencing firsthand how
yeah, a picture of me on Kick.
Can be broken
Can't believe
down
it.
to a series of simple techniques. Now we combine the topics covered so far in an en route navigation exercise involving attitude flying plus VOR and NDB navigation. Firstly, tune and identify the Jersey VOR into the nav1 radio, frequency 112.2. Jersey VOR identified. You can turn off the nav1 ident now. Now, using the OBS, set and intercept the radial 360 to the VOR. We're flying a radial towards a beacon, so remember what this means for the course we need to set. Good, we are flying a radial to the beacon, so we set the reciprocal, course 180. We can see that with our OBS set, the CDI bar is off to the right. Now turn to a suitable 45-degree intercept heading for a course 180.
20. Got our rate 1 turn going on.
The CDI was off to the right with our course set, so we chose an intercept heading to the right of our OBS course. Now complete the interception and fly us to the VOR.
Alright, now I gotta start paying attention.
Now follow the course 180 to the VOR and climb to 3,500 feet with the standard pitch and power settings.
Pretty much right on 7.5.
Make sure to hold a 7.5.
I know, I had to look at my phone, dude, I'm sorry. Sorry, I had to look at my phone. There we go. Probably not gonna get an A now. Doesn't matter, we're probably not gonna finish the mission anyways. Need to hear when we enter the cone of confusion. Maybe, you know what, this time I'm just gonna stay going south until he tells me. I think he tells me to turn. I think he does. I think that's what he did on the Xbox. Maybe we'll have to redo the one with the cone of confusion so we can get his definition of it again. The one thing I don't like about FS Academy Interceptor, and if anybody that developed this is listening to this. The one thing I don't like that you didn't do this time is make the material downloadable. You know, like right now in Zero to Hero, we have PDFs, and I understand what you guys wrote on your website. You said that you made the instructor, the Decepticon, the instructor, you made them a lot more, like he says a lot more now, and there's way more instructions. But it's nice having that material to go back to and like read through. You know what I mean? So it's okay. I'm not like mad. You know what I mean? I understand. I'm sure it's a pain in the ass to put that stuff together. I'm sure it was much easier just not to do it. But you guys did it once before for like 6 different lessons or 5 different lessons. All right, we're getting ready to level off. We need to listen to what he's going to say now.
Now maintain 3,500 feet to the VOR. Continue on the course 180 to the VOR. We'll leave on the radial 200.
A new cup from Mission Barbecue. $5 cup. $5 cup. Diet Mountain Dew. Boy, that shit was good today. I had jalapeno and cheddar sausage. I cheated today on my diet, man, for real. I had jalapeno and now, I mean, you know what? Maybe there are not too many points on Weight Watchers, but man, them jalapeno and cheddar joints were banging. I had them with, it came with some cornbread. I got their green beans, which came with some bacon and onions in it. Then I got their brisket. You gotta go get brisket if you're going to a place like that, man. They got all the sauces on the table. They had like 6 different sauces. This hot one from Memphis. Ooh, boy, it was awesome. There was a barbecue one too from like North Carolina, I think. That one was okay, but man, that one from Memphis was hitting. I haven't, seriously, I don't think I've been that full in a long time. And I didn't even eat everything. I only ate like part of the meal. I still took home like a whole sausage and like most of the cornbread.
We're getting close to the VOR now. When you enter the cone of confusion, turn right to heading 200.
You know, I said I was going to hold. Yeah, heading of 200. See, this is the problem with not having the flight manual. I forgot what he said. Yeah, let's go back and do the cone of confusion one. Go back and do. Because I want to get this right. I think it's under this one. Yeah, this one. Probably just Googled a bit. Hang on a second. Is an area becomes unreliable, leading to potential inaccuracies, signal loss. Okay, within the cone typically extends about a half a mile. All right, well, let's just do this mission again. I think this is the cone of confusion one, the first one. Sorry about that if that was really loud on the microphone. Alright, let's see what he says. See what you says! Alright, we're at 4,000 feet and heading north.
You now have the techniques for the basic handling of the aeroplane on instruments alone. Maintain the straight and level attitude to keep us on heading north and maintain 4,000 feet. We are going to begin to navigate the invisible highways in the sky, using radio beacons as your guides. We're going to get to grips with a cornerstone of IFR navigation, the VOR. Using the Nav1 radio, tune in the Jersey VOR, frequency 112.2, and make it active. Please maintain heading 360. Now turn on the Nav1 audio ident at the top of the radio stack. We've heard the Morse code ident for Jersey and can now display on Nav8. You can turn off the ident audio now if you like. The Nav1 display has come alive, with the CDI bar deflected to the left. Turn the OBS knob anti-clockwise so that we center the CDI bar with a 2 indication. Please maintain 4,000 feet throughout this exercise. We now see the CDI bar centered and a 2 flag shown on the Nav1 receiver. The bearing set at the top of the OBS with the CDI centered is the course we can fly to take us directly to the VOR. The bearing at the bottom of the OBS dial is our radial, our relative position from the VOR. We can now determine that we are situated to the southeast of the VOR, around the radial 110. This is only a snapshot of our position, however. Continue straight ahead and watch how the CDI bar moves off to the left. 'Cause 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 CDI is now far left. To capture the course to the VOR set on our OBS, we must fly to the left of that course. Turn the OBS again to recenter the CDI bar. Now we have the CDI recentered, the OBS gives us a new bearing to fly. Make a left turn at rate 1 to the course set at the top of the OBS. Flying the course we have set on the OBS towards the VOR. Remember that when we set the OBS to center the CDI, this is only a snapshot. Even during our turn, we have covered ground, so our position is slightly different. Recenter the CDI one more time and make a small turn to this new course at the top of the OBS. Now keep the OBS set as it is and make any small corrections needed to fly towards the VOR by keeping the CDI centered.
Yeah, I think this is the...
This will take a few minutes. Use this time to practice the straight and level scan, plus giving attention to the CDI bar, following its guidance. For example, if the CDI moves left, we need to fly to the left of our selected course to recapture. If the CDI moves right, fly right.
I think this is the one that has the kind of confusion. It would make sense since we're flying to a station right now for the first time. I really hope. And then we can figure out exactly what they mean. I think it's right when it goes all the way to the side. I think once it finishes moving before the flag changes, I think that's the cone of confusion. Oh shit, we're way off. What am I doing? I'm like daydreaming.
The CDI is deviating to the left, so make a small heading correction to the left of our selected OBS course to recapture.
I got you. Sitting there yapping my mouth and daydreaming. Didn't even notice that we were like way off course.
We're still a few minutes away from the VOR, so keep flying straight and level, keeping the CDI in your scan, making small corrections. Remember that radials emanate from the VOR. When we track to the VOR on a radial, our course is the reciprocal of this radial. When flying inbound on a radial, we can convert this radial to a course by adding or subtracting 180 degrees. For example, to fly inbound to the beacon on the radial 090, we would fly a course of 270, similar to what we are currently doing. Or to fly the radial 120 to the VOR, we would fly a course 300. We will look at this more in the next lesson. Continue towards the Jersey VOR. As we near the VOR, we will see that the CDI becomes more sensitive. We are now reaching the VOR and will have high sensitivity on the CDI. At this point, we don't chase the CDI needle, as it will begin to make fast and large movements as we cross overhead the VOR. Just continue straight ahead on our course.
Gotta talk about it in this lesson. Gotta be. I just want to hear what their definition is again. I know what the cone of fusion is, but it just doesn't seem like it's working on that mission. And hear how they describe it.
Notice how in the overhead we get large deflections of the CDI and have a period where we have no guidance. This is known as the cone of confusion. Just maintain our course until we reach the other side.
Okay, well, that explains it. So, as soon as it goes all the way to the right, we'll give it like 5 or 10 seconds after that, and then we'll turn to that heading that he says. So let's try this. Try it again. Gotta work one of these days. Again, I believe he says that we're leaving on... We're flying out on the 220 radial. Means we need to be on a course of... so 220 minus 200 is 20, so 40. So the reciprocal is 40. So we need to be heading on a heading of... I'm sorry, we're leaving on the 40 radial. I don't know. I don't remember if he said heading or radial. We'll see what he says. We'll pay attention better this time. I won't run my mouth so much this time.
Hopefully you are by now experiencing firsthand how flying on instruments alone can be broken down to a series of simple techniques. Now we combine the topics covered so far in an en route navigation exercise involving attitude flying plus VOR and NDB navigation. Firstly, tune and identify the Jersey VOR into the nav1 radio, frequency 112.2. Maintain 2,000
Damn,
feet.
I was trying to get down before he said something.
Jersey VOR identified. You can turn off the nav1 ident now. Now, using the OBS, set and intercept the radial 360 to the VOR. We're flying a radial towards a beacon, so remember what this means for the course we need to set. Good, we are flying a radial to the beacon, so we set the reciprocal, course 180. We can see that with our OBS set, the CDI bar is off to the right. Now turn to a suitable 45-degree intercept heading for a course 180.
Okay, so we'll turn to 10, it looks like. Our rate 1 turn.
The CDI was off to the right with our course set, so we chose an intercept heading to the right of our OBS course. Now complete the interception and fly us to the VOR. Maintain 2,000 feet.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking of something. Wasn't even paying attention. Should just be about lined up now. We're getting ready to make our turn, and then we're going to start our climb. Oh shit. Wrong way. Alright, let's lock in for the rest of this mission so we can finally pass it.
Now follow the course 180 to the VOR and climb to 3,500 feet with the standard pitch and power settings.
See if we can keep the right pitch from all the way back here.
Make sure to hold a 7.5 degree pitch attitude in the climb.
Alright, we will from now on. We'll sit up here.
Make sure to hold a 7.5 degree pitch attitude in the climb.
Dude, we were. That's not cool, Nate. That's not cool. Alright, I'm not gonna talk. Let's just lock in. Let's lock in so we can finish this up. And really, I need to hear because I'm getting confused about the radial and the heading and what he says. It just... Anyways. Joish! Joish!
Maintain 3,500 feet to the VOR. Continue on the course 180 to the VOR. We'll leave on the radial 200.
Okay, so we're leaving on the radial 200. So in the OBS indicator, we need to put 200 in there. It's going to be a from, and that means that we essentially need to be heading on a heading of 20 degrees. Because if we're on the 200 radial, see, that doesn't make sense because he says fly out at in a 220 heading when you go into the cone of silence. That doesn't make sense. We're flying out on the 200 radial. That's just next to south. Again, the opposite of that is 20 degrees. And if we're leaving on a 220, like if we draw a line, right? And we draw a line 220. Actually, you know what? Let me get up. I don't have it at. I do. Yeah, actually, I do. second. Okay. So if we have that's what it's, yeah, that'll be fine. Color. We can do red. So if we have our OBS, right? And we have like my favorite color. I know these are like Christmas colors, but good dick. Like them. North, south. East and west, right? So if we have, grab a different pen, this one here. All right, if we're on the 220 radial, that's say like right here. Oh, the hell? Let's grab a like a regular pen, I guess. Let's say this is like the 200. Wow, why is that? All right, let's do a different color other than white. Hello. So here's the 200 radial, roughly, right? And here's 20. This is our. Okay. So we need to tune the OBS to this, right? Right now we're currently heading this way. Okay. And we need to tune the radial to this. So if we're heading this way, right? And if we, well, then, you know, if we go in a heading of 220, then hang on a second. If we go in a heading of 220 and we're flying out on it, it's going to say from 200. Oh, maybe they're right. I don't know. I just don't know why. Maybe I just didn't turn quick enough in the cone of confusion last time. I don't know. Bump out front. Make sure he's out front real quick. I don't think they're. The thing is, my neighbors. But yeah, it's not. Okay, it's neighbors. All right, let's continue. Probably have to tune in 40 on the dial, OBS dial. Maybe. See what they say. If he says anything. All right, let's back down to 3,500. Whoa, bitch. That little bump we just had was because I moved the trim wheel. First time
I wanted you to maintain the course 180, but I see that the CDI is drifting.
Guy's a ball buster,
We're getting
man.
close to the VOR now. When you enter the cone of confusion, turn right to heading 200.
Okay. So heading of 200. That green light flashing every once in a while. See, there we go. Now it says it. Why wasn't it saying that shit before?
We are now aiming to follow the radial 200 from the VOR. Set the OBS to course 200. Great, now let's see if we've intercepted the radial 200. CDI not quite centered on rollout. Make a heading adjustment to center the CDI bar. Right on course. Continue along the radial 200 at 3,500 feet.
You got it. This is the farthest I've ever gotten on this lesson. I'm excited. Like, I don't want to talk the rest of the lesson just so we can pass it. I want to pass this lesson finally. I want to make Nathaniel proud of us. Took what we learned and we were able to control all these zeros and ones that were flying tonight. You're in the Matrix. Matrix of leadership. Alright, we're bang on.
Now we'll look at ND beads. Tune Jersey NDB, frequency 329. You can assume the NDB has been identified. Now start a descent to 3,000 feet, again with standard pitch and power.
we're descending overall pretty well. You just need to really make sure like the dot is touching the white line. Stay around 450, 500 feet per minute. Now, this is as far as I got on the Xbox last night. I turned it off after this. Let's get back up to 1,000 feet. Alright, what's next, dude? Come on. I don't like that it's still stuck on descent, pitch, and power. That is not good. That usually means we missed a step. Do we need to go back and revisit that lesson real quick? If it's going to be those kind of lessons, I'm going to have to go back and take notes. Like, if we're going to really have to, like, adhere, which would make sense. I mean, if it's a training academy, I mean, like, you know, if they're making it more realistic, then it would make sense. Like, maybe we didn't have the prop where it needed to be. Like, maybe we had too much power. I don't know. I don't like that it's still stuck on there. There we go.
Now also start a right turn to heading 270.
Boy, I hope that didn't fuck us up.
3,000 feet and keep us turning to heading 270.
Okay, so we had to pull the prop out more. I just hope we didn't go too far and it fucked us up. The NDB is going east to west.
Now turn and fly us directly to the Jersey NDB, maintaining 3,000 feet to complete the exercise.
So push the head, pull the tail. That's what we're doing. We're pushing the head. Go. If the head's on the right, you turn to the right. If the head's on the left, you turn to the left. And then when you're leaving, the tail, when you're leaving the NDB station, the tail of the plane will drag the heading of the plane will drag the tail of the NDB needle around. All right, so it looks like we're going to be okay. Finish this mission up. Do the next one. Whoa, bitch. Whoa, bitch. head's a little bit on the left, so we need to turn a little bit to the left. I don't line up the NDB again. Go. Even though the card around it is showing north, that's not the right direction. Looks like it's more like 340 to 350 something. Actually, I can see pretty good from back here. Like, I think I could even do a climb from back here and be at 7.5, or at least really close to it. Being able to see the VS counter, the vertical speed would be helpful, but can we put the autopilot on? Here, I'll put the landing lights back on since you had them on before here. I wonder if I can have the HUD on the outside of these lessons. Wonder if I can have the HUD outside on these lessons. I think I did have those. I think on Microsoft 2020, I used to have the HUD on the outside of these lessons. But shit, if we're gonna have to be so precise, which it looks like we're gonna have to be with a lot of these maneuvers, then might not want to be flying outside the airplanes. Alright, are we gonna set this NDB or what, dude? Had to go to the UPS store today to send an Amazon package back, and the store was selling these lights. And it's a 2-position light switch. First switch, it's like 100 lumens or 400 lumens or something like that. And then the second setting, the second level of the switch, 4,000 lumens. That motherfucker is so bright. And it comes with it has magnets on the back. It's got double stick tape on the back of it. Or you can use like a screw and you know, or a nail and nail it in. That's pretty cool, man. You can just carry that light and just let the magnets, you know, put it on your fridge or put it on a wall. Pretty cool. Really bright, man. I couldn't believe how bright that shit was. 4,000 lumens. It's a lot of lumens. I don't know how that compares to the sun, but Jesus Christ, are we done yet? I mean, what the fuck?
This exercise was a review of everything we've covered so far. Next time we will explore IFR system failures, known
that's cool.
as partial panel. Think about trying this lesson again before we progress deeper into IFR, as it's important to have a solid foundation.
So he pretty much told me we failed. Fuck off. Then you know what? Little British guy, what'd you give me? A C. Oh my god. We can retry this real quick now that we know what we're doing. Yeah, let's retry it real quick. Now that we know what we're doing.
Hopefully you are by now experiencing firsthand how flying on instruments alone can be broken down to a series of simple techniques. Now we combine the topics covered so far in an en route navigation exercise involving attitude flying plus VOR and NDB navigation. Firstly, tune and identify the Jersey VOR into the nav1 radio, frequency 112.2.
You could have done a much better job staying on course
Jersey
and level
VOR
and all that stuff.
identified. You can turn off the nav1 ident now. Now, using the OBS, set and intercept the radial 360 to the VOR. We're flying a radial towards a beacon, so remember what this means for the course we need to set. Good, we are flying a radial to the beacon, so we set the reciprocal, course 180. We can see that with our OBS set, the CDI bar is off to the right. Now turn to a suitable 45-degree intercept heading for a course 180.
About 220. Gotta turn to a heading of about 220.
The CDI was off to the right with our course set, so we chose an intercept heading to the right of our OBS course. Now complete the interception and fly us to the VOR.
Got it, buddy. I am aiming to not have him correct us on anything other than maybe our climb height. Like, we are getting ready to make our turn.
Now follow the course 180 to the VOR and climb to 3,500 feet with the standard pitch and power settings.
Should be climbing at around 75 knots. So it seems like when we're descending, we got to pull the lever like all the way out. So that's why we didn't ding that objective so quickly. Wish I had the wind showing up here somewhere. Like right in this display here.
Make sure to hold a 7.5 degree pitch attitude in the climb.
It's alright. As soon as I think about something else. I'm trying to think where the wind is on this aircraft, but I don't remember where it is. And I don't want to look for it right now. That's why we sank a little bit just now. I was like thinking to myself, where the hell's the wind in this airplane? All right, let's get lined back up on south. Stay about stay about 10 degrees ahead of south until it starts lining up a little bit. There we go. Let's turn back to the south again. Yeah, I mean, if we're really going to do these lessons, I want to pass the lesson before we move on. Almost like a final boss in a way. That's my goal with this. I'm not just doing this because it's fun. I'm doing it because I want to get something out of it. I want to learn. I want to be educated. That way when I go get my real pilot's license and as soon as I lose all this weight, I have a jump on the game already. Be like, man, where'd you learn all that stuff? I'm like, shoot. Microsoft Simulator,
now
bitch.
Maintain 3,500 feet to the VOR. Continue on the course 180 to the VOR. We'll leave on the radial 200.
Alright, I think we're trimmed out and leveled out pretty well. Gotta work on keeping our wings a little more level. Yeah, we're doing alright. We're just about 90 knots, which is where we should be. Alright, let's get south line back up again. I think this turn slip gauge down here, I think that's one of my favorite items in this airplane. It's one of my favorite gauges. I like that. I like how it shows the airplane like tilting. I think, and you know what? I'm thinking back on our past attempts. I think part of the reason why it didn't give us that thing about the cone of silence, like where it actually flips and then it tells us to turn to heading 220. I think because we weren't on south enough. I think because at times we were a lot closer to like 200 degrees before we got into the cone of confusion. I'm thinking that could be part of it.
We're getting close to the VOR now. When you enter the cone of confusion, turn right to heading 200.
Let's just keep going south. Speed's good. Seems like we're trimmed out pretty well. Let's keep going south. Getting ready to enter the cone of confusion. Should be getting ready to tell us to turn to 220. See? He didn't tell us this time. What in the fuck, dude? You know, I'm not gonna redo this bitch if you're not gonna... We did everything perfect. Let's see, we'll go in a heading of 220. Let's set 200 as our radial and see if we can capture it. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, we're still on inbound. Yeah, so fuck it. Let's just go to the next mission. That really sucks. That really does suck. Like, I really want to finish that fucking mission. All right, let's try the next one. And then maybe we'll go back. I don't know what we could have done differently on that mission. We did everything perfect. We were dead set on 3,500 on the altitude. We were dead set 180 knot. I mean 180 on the inbound radial. And then we enter the cone of confusion, and we go to turn, and it's still stuck. It's almost like maybe it's not ready for maybe it hasn't been updated for the beta. I don't know. All right, let's see what they're saying here. That sucks, man. I want to do that lesson.
So far, we've been operating a fully serviceable aeroplane. But a crucial skill to possess is the ability to remain in control in the event of an instrumentation failure. In terms of instrument flying, the scenarios most relevant to us are failures to the systems which supply our instruments. There are broadly three sources that drive our cockpit instruments: electrical, pressure, and vacuum. The electrical system drives many of our aircraft systems, such as the lights, radio, and flaps. The turn coordinator is supplied by the DC electrical system, as specified on the face of the dial. If electrical power were to be lost, the wings of the white aircraft symbol at the centre of the turn coordinator will return to wings level, and a red flag will be displayed. As we know our rate 1 bank angle and use the attitude indicator to set it, a loss of the turn coordinator is only a minor failure. Of course, the liquid of our balance indicator is unaffected and remains operational. Some of our instruments are supplied with air pressure, provided from the outside via two intakes, the pitot tube and static port. The altimeter, VSI and airspeed indicator are supplied with static pressure, which is the outside air pressure. The ASI is unique in that it is also supplied by the pitot tube, which receives the pressure of the oncoming airflow for the ASI to display as our indicated airspeed. In the case of a pitot blockage, the ASI is starved of this oncoming airflow and will display a 0 indication. By maintaining our attitude targets and a suitable power setting, we can be confident that we are flying a safe airspeed. Use standard power and attitude settings as usual and make a left turn to heading 125 and see how our airspeed remains around our expected 90 knots.
Alright. Pretty much been on point this whole turn. Very close. Very close to a rate 1 turn, which is 17 degrees. Okay.
Now let's unblock the pitot and reveal our airspeed. We have around 90 knots on our ASI, as we hoped. Now let's look at the static system. The static port supplies our instruments with the outside air pressure. This drives the altimeter, VSI, and also supplies the ASI to help correct for altitude. Should the static port become blocked, we would lose altitude information which is critical to safe flight.
Yes.
Set full power and start a standard climb. See how our altimeter remains frozen at the value it had when the failure occurred, and the VSI shows 0. Our ASI also does not correct for altitude, so it becomes inaccurate. Most aircraft have a selectable alternative source for static air, but this Cessna 152 does not have that option.
That sucks.
Instead, we can smash the glass of the VSI to allow cabin air into the static system via the VSI.
That's a good
itself.
idea.
We see our altimeter comes back to life. We will no longer have a VSI, but this was a worthwhile sacrifice. When using the alternate static source, we do suffer some loss in accuracy, as the pressure is taken from a less ideal location on the aircraft, usually from somewhere within the cabin. With no VSI, we can no longer use our 10% of vertical speed anticipation method for leveling
Oh shit, we're way off course.
Instead, we can revert to a more simplistic method of beginning our level off with 50 feet to go, which is what we would normally expect for this aircraft. Climb to 4,500 feet, starting to lower the nose to the horizon with 50 feet to go, as usual.
Got it. Never knew you just break the glass of the VSI and let the air in that way. That's pretty interesting. Look, here's your brand new Cessna 152. Just let me go over one of the safety features. Just got this little hammer.
Keep your pitch attitude set
Oh,
at
shut up.
7.5 degrees, as usual.
Shut up. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, we got this little hammer. It's got a little chain that's connected to, and then for some reason you got no more static, static pressure. Pitot tube is clogged, or whatever the case is. Yeah, just smash the VSI glass, and then that'll. But if you do, it's going to be like $4,000 to replace it, because it's specialized glass, and it's the whole thing, buddy. But at least you'll be safe, right? Sure thing. I wonder how they would replace it. I guess there's screws. I guess you can just unscrew the faceplate. Alright, so around 50 feet we're going to level off.
Now smoothly set the straight and level attitude. Build the speed back up to 90 knots and then set cruise power. Normally, we would aim for a 0 VS on the VSI, but as this instrument is not available,
Oh, we
simply
have
set
0
the
right
straight
now.
and
That's
level
good.
pitch attitude. We have so far seen the effects of a loss of our turn coordinator, ASI, altimeter, and VSI. The other source to our instrumentation on this type of light aircraft is the vacuum system. A vacuum pump provides suction, which powers the gyroscopes that drive the AI and the heading indicator. Should this suction become too low, the gyroscopes would topple and the AI and heading indicator would become unreliable, slowly drifting away from a correct indication. See the suction indication displayed on a small indicator located beside the AI. We will fail the vacuum pump now. Watch for a drop in suction. See how your altitude is drifted? It's more difficult to maintain altitude without a VSI, but you can pay extra attention to your altimeter to compensate.
Right.
Note that the suction has now fallen. This means that the AI and the heading indicator gyroscopes will begin to slow. Of particular importance is to note how we do not lose AI indications immediately. There is a red failure flag on the AI, but this only appears once the gyro has begun to topple significantly. So the first clue of a suction loss may be only a slightly toppled AI, showing a pitch or bank change of just a few degrees, which could be difficult to detect right away. Trying to keep a failed AI appearing straight and level can easily cause a large and dangerous bank and pitch input. This would cause large and confusing direction and altitude changes, leaving you unsure which instruments to trust. Remember these points and look to the suction indicator if doubt starts to arise. The heading indicator is also supplied by a suction-driven gyroscope. Rather than rotating to a misleading heading, it will simply stop responding and will remain frozen on its previous value. We replace our heading indicator with our magnetic compass, which we will look at in the next lesson. See how your altitude is drifted? It's more difficult to maintain altitude without a VSI, but you can pay extra attention to your altimeter to compensate. Nicely done.
Well, the big problem with you, buddy, is that you had us at 2,300 RPMs and we were sinking. All right, let's do the next panel. Nicely done, you get a B. Man, they're so, like, they're ball busters, man. All right, partial panel 2. Hey, this is what I was talking about yesterday. Undershoot north, overshoot south. Right. So when you are turning to the north, you want to undershoot it by 30 degrees. And when you turn to the south, you want to overshoot by 30 degrees. Yeah, let's try this, and then we'll go back and try that other mission again and see if we can do it. Very cool.
We will now look at how we can continue to navigate after a failure of our heading indicator. Remember that your heading indicator is broken and should not be used for this lesson. We have an alternative means of determining our heading, and that is with the magnetic compass, found at the top of our windshield. The compass is subject to a range of indication errors, depending on factors such as speed changes and bank angle. So let's get to grips with the techniques we will need to make compass turns. Firstly, we will discuss UNOS, undershoot north, overshoot south. This simple acronym represents how we deal with compass turns to headings near north or south. During a turn either left or right towards north, as we pass an actual magnetic heading of north, the compass will underread by around 30 degrees. This means that to roll out on heading 360, we stop our turn when the compass indicates that we still have 30 degrees to go. For example, to turn right onto heading 360, we level our wings as the compass indicates 330. Turning left onto north,
right.
We roll out as we see 030 on the compass. We undershoot north. Let's try this. Use the compass to make a left turn now to heading 360. Level the wings once the compass indicates 030. Try to maintain 3,000 feet during this exercise. Now roll wings level. We're not quite on heading north. Make a small heading adjustment. We are rolled out on heading 360. The undershoot effects only occur during the turn, so now we are wings level, the compass reads our actual heading. When turning to a heading near north, we undershoot. to a heading near south, we overshoot. For east and west, the compass reads correctly and no adjustments are needed. Now make another left turn to west, heading 270. Simply roll out on west as you see your compass near 270.
Okay. It's definitely much easier making a rate 1 turn with that turn coordinator there. I mean, the ASI indicator is good too, but I like the TC better.
And back to wings level. See how on heading west, the compass requires no undershoot or overshoot. This is also true for heading east. However, when flying east or west, another acronym comes into play. Accelerate north, decelerate south, ANDS. This means that whilst on a heading of east or west, airspeed changes now cause the compass to misread.
It's true.
Maintain heading west and cut the power to slow us rapidly. Keep an eye on the compass. See how the compass indicates an error towards south. This is caused by our deceleration. Okay, now go to full throttle to accelerate. We now see the compass show an error to the north. Accelerate to 90 knots. And reset our cruise RPM. This should highlight the importance of stable flight when relying upon the compass, as speed changes can cause significant misreadings. When we accelerate, the compass moves north. When we decelerate, it moves south. ANDS. When turning south, we overshoot. This means we turn beyond compass south, again by about 30 degrees. This will be our next demonstration. Start a left turn.
All right. Got our left turn going, buddy. Our best friend, Nate. Nate,
Now
no!
keep the turn going and monitor the compass.
British
Overshoot
Bulldog.
south by 30 degrees, so roll to wings level as the compass indicates 150. The compass is showing south, but we're going to overshoot by 30 degrees. Keep turning. Now roll wings level. Here we are heading south. The 30 degree under or overshoot is a rough figure and is dependent on our latitude. The amount also depends on our target heading. The number of degrees to lead or lag our target reduces to 0 as we near east and west, as we saw earlier. For example, to turn to heading 045, we may only undershoot by 15 degrees. Rolling wings level when we see 060 on the compass. The accelerate north, decelerate south has the same effect, where it is at its maximum on east and west, but reduces to 0 at the poles. But once again, these speed effects can be disregarded as long as we are keeping a steady speed. Let's try one more. Turn to the right this time to heading north. We will undershoot north, so roll out as the compass indicates 330. We will try to be very accurate with this turn.
I feel like we've been doing like a NASCAR event. We just keep on making left-hand turns. It's left, 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 left.
now on heading north. Undershoot north, overshoot south applies to the northern hemisphere. In the south, these effects are the reverse. For example, if flying in New Zealand or Australia, we must overshoot north and undershoot south.
Yeah, it makes sense, sort of.
We will now move on and graduate to a more modern avionics suite.
Not yet.
As glass cockpit.
We still have to do
Great
that last
work.
lesson.
You've done great in the Cessna 152.
Thanks. Are we going to the DA-62 next? Watch, I'll still get a B. See? Alright, I do want to do number 8 again. We're gonna try this one again. After that, I'm gonna try some GSX. We'll jump in and file a flight. Oh, we're gonna have to log out so I can update Navigraph again. But I do want to try GSX out on this. Excuse me. I didn't mean for y'all heard that. I'm so sorry. That was really an accident. Oh man, sometimes shit slips out. Alright, back again.
You are by now experiencing firsthand how flying on instruments alone can be broken down to a series of simple techniques.
Let's get our trim wheel fixed
now we
first.
combine the topics covered so far in an en route navigation exercise involving attitude flying plus VOR and NDB navigation. Firstly, tune and identify the Jersey VOR into the Nav1 radio, frequency 112.2. Jersey VOR identified. You can turn off the Nav1 ident now. Now, using the OBS, set and intercept the radial 360 to the VOR. We're flying a radial towards a beacon, so remember what this means for the course we need to set. Good, we are flying a radial to the beacon, so we set the reciprocal, course 180. We can see that with our OBS set, the CDI bar is off to the right. Now turn to a suitable 45-degree intercept heading for a course 180. The CDI was off to the right with our course set, so we chose an intercept heading to the right of our OBS course. Now complete the interception and flyers to the VOR.
Why did we sink so much? What the fuck? That was weird. We just like kept on sinking. I'm gonna get my altitude up before he says something, but I have a feeling he's getting ready to say something. Alright, very good. That was weird, man. Like, as soon as we made that turn, we just started... I don't know. Well, anyways, it's fixed now. Let's try to do everything right on this, because we almost had it. Well, we did have it. We did pass it. But I want to get a better grade.
Now follow the course 180 to the VOR and climb to 3,500 feet with the standard pitch and power settings.
I'm gonna stay back here this time so I can see a lot more. I like being zoomed in, but I like being out this far because I think I can get a better sense of where we truly are with that OBS style. There's got to be some reason it didn't trigger last time. So far, so good. Once we pass this, I want to jump into a plane and try a little GSX and see how that does. See if that's acting wonky. Try to keep around 500 feet per minute, around 75 knots. Far so good. Tackle some wood. We're almost ready to roll out and level off. Use our engines a little bit. Not engines, plural, engine.
Maintain 3,500 feet to the VOR. Continue on the course 180 to the VOR. We'll leave on the radial 200.
I do a lot of cooking tomorrow. Probably about 2 hours worth of cooking tomorrow. I make these burritos that I eat on Weight Watchers, and a lot of vegetables, a lot of fiber in them actually. Purple cabbage, bok choy, carrots, corn, black beans, peas. I usually make it pretty spicy. Fair amount of sriracha sauce. I do put a decent amount of cinnamon in it too. You wouldn't think cinnamon would go well like in a burrito with like steak or chicken and like all them vegetables and shit, but that adding a little bit of cinnamon, it just gives it that little like it's hard to explain. It works really well. Yeah, and I make it. I put like a half a bag of. You know, let me stop fucking talking so I can finish this lesson. Nobody cares about my burritos. Nobody gives a fuck about my burritos. Why am I talking about my burritos? Alright, still hugging on south. Altitude's doing well. Now, if we continue to do this well, when we continue to do this well, once we go through the cone of confusion, if we get some sort of like where he's just not gonna give us the next step, then we know this mission is bugged. It's not bugged on Xbox. Just saying. Just saying.
We're getting close to the VOR now. When you enter the cone of confusion, turn right to heading 200.
Okay. Here we go. Stay southish. That's a word to use, southish. There we go.
We are now aiming to follow the radial 200 from the VOR. Set the OBS to course 200. Great, now let's see if we've intercepted the radial 200. CDI not quite centered on rollout. Make a heading adjustment to center the CDI bar.
Come on, altitude.
We're right on course. Continue along the radial 200 at 3,500 feet.
Much better. Much better this time. There we go. Dude, they sell these new chicken nuggets. I don't know why I keep talking about food. I guess because I'm fat. But they sell these new chicken nuggets I've seen. I've never seen them before. They're chicken pot pie nuggets from Pilgrims. Pilgrims make some really good nuggets, by the way. But yeah, it's got corn. It's got like the chicken pot pie sauce inside it, peas, carrots, and corn. And then it's like, or maybe they don't have a sauce. I think they do have a little bit of a sauce. Crazy, man. You know what? I'd be really scared to eat those. That the inside will be so much hotter than the outside that when you bite and all that shit like squirts out, like will burn the hell out of you. I'd be scared about that. I did buy nuggets today. I do eat nuggets every once in a while. I bought these mini nuggets from Pilgrims. Every once in a while, I like to eat some nuggets for dinner. Give me a good roll. Really good, like.
Now we'll look at NDBs. Tune Jersey NDB, frequency 329. You can assume the NDB has been identified. Now start a descent to 3,000 feet, again with standard.
Alright, here's where we screwed up last time. We didn't pull our throttle all the way out.
Now also start a right turn to heading 270. Level off at 3,000 feet and keep us turning to heading 270. turn and fly us directly to the Jersey NDB, maintaining 3,000 feet to complete the exercise.
Heads on the right. Turn to the right. Oh, come on, 3,000. I need some more power. Heads on the left. Turn a little bit to the left. Yeah, we did much better this time. Still gonna get a B. Hopefully I'll get higher than a C. If I remember right, this was a pretty long trip last time. Maybe it was long because we screwed up on the descent. I don't remember that when they were teaching us to descend. You know, at a 3% glide angle. I didn't think. I didn't remember him having us pull the engines all the way back to like idle. I thought we just descended enough to. Like, we kept the engine on enough to keep us at a certain speed, but I don't remember. It's okay. It's neither here nor there now. We're getting ready to move into the glass cockpits. Yeah, I wonder what airplane they'll use for that. Probably the DA-62. That's usually what they use. At least in the other classes, they were using the DA-62. That's a nice little plane. That was my favorite plane when I first started flying in Microsoft Simulator, that DA-62. I think it's a really cool little plane. The way it looks, I think it's really cool looking. Kind of aggressive, but sleek. Sexy ass airplane. Surprised we haven't seen somebody on My Strange Addictions, like, married to their airplane. Like that dude that used to be married to his car and used to make love to his car, used to lay underneath the car. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, we should hook him up with the woman that eats sponges. Or the one that eats drywall. How about that? You're renting an apartment, the landlord comes in like every 6 months to change the filters and look around and be like, man, you got a lot of pictures. Like, oh yeah, I love pictures, yeah. And like one of them falls down by accident, it's this huge hole from where you're eating all the drywall and shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? You're eating what? Man, get up out of my apartment. Bye. Goodbye, Felicia. Not racist, just saying goodbye, Felicia. I'm sure there's white people named Felicia out there. Yeah, that's strange shit. That woman eats like bricks and stones. Like, how the fuck do you eat bricks and stones? One of the craziest ones to me is the one who eats like the laundry detergent pods. I'm like, what? How are you still alive? Like, and they know it's bad for them. Like, the doctor's like, look, you're killing yourself. Like, here's an x-ray of your body, and like, look, oh, that's soap. Like, you shouldn't have that much soap in your system. Like, oh, it's okay. I like the green ones because it tastes like lime. I'm like, what? No!
This exercise was a review of everything we've covered so far. Next time we will explore IFR system failures, known as partial panel. Flown flawlessly.
Hey!
We're absolutely on track to
Hey, that's a good
IFR
compliment, dude. Thanks, Nate. Give me my B. Practice makes perfect. You practice a few times, but you got it. Hey! Yes, sir! Yeah, bitch! That's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's check out some GSX. I do have to turn off the music for GSX, though. 1 second. Oh, you know what I do want to do? Hang on, let me exit out. I need to update the AirX cycle for Navigraph since we're done with the lessons. Let me do that real quick. And I'll relaunch the sim and we'll try a couple of things. But yeah, with this, with these lessons, you have to deactivate the Navigraph AirX cycle. So if you have Navigraph Hub, just uninstall it, or you launch the sim and then launch the sim after that. All right, very good. So that's done. Let's relaunch the simulator. And I got to get up so early tomorrow because of this MVA thing. And if I should have read the paperwork. It's my fault that I have to go tomorrow. My license is going to expire in like 2 days. My driver's license. I didn't know from not reading. It's my fault. I didn't read the paperwork that came. I didn't realize I had to get a vision exam. So I can get it done at the MVA tomorrow, but the motor vehicles, it opens up at 8:30. I'm gonna be leaving here. I want to get there at like 8 o'clock. I want to be like the first motherfucker in line. Not only will I hopefully get a good parking space, but I'll be able to like get in and get out, bunk, done, boom, come back home and do my flight. Because I really want to do that Alaska Air flight tomorrow to level up. Level up 737. We're gonna be flying the hell out of that thing tomorrow. Going to get back in some X-plane action tomorrow. I still want to get the 757, the flight factor, but I really don't want to buy another airplane until I get some of the situation here fixed first. Like I want to get a different mic. I'm tired of having this thing in my face like this. I want to get a lapel mic where I can like those ASMR mics that they have that they like just clip on here. I think that'll be fine for my voice. I mean, right now I got like 8 different filters on it on OBS, so I don't know if I can show that. I don't think, no, display capture won't show it, but I'll tell you what I have. OBS. So on my mic, in this order, I have noise suppression, then a noise gate, then a compressor, then a 3-band equalizer, then gain, then an expander, and then a limiter. So, and those orders seem to work pretty well for me. I think my voice sounds pretty good most of the time. You can't hear a lot of stuff in the background. You can't really hear me clicking on the keyboard most of the time, or turning, you know, this. So the gain, I don't know why I have that in there. It's still at 0. And then I have the EQ, you know, like where it shows if you're spiking or peaking. Like I have that where no matter how quiet or how loud I talk, I'm really like, it's like the same volume the whole time, and it's like just getting up into the yellow section. But yeah, some of those filters are great. Like that one, the limiter and then the compressor are great for if you want to talk quiet, if you want to talk loud. You know, where it keeps your vocals below a certain level. The expander is great, so it can pick up like when you're talking kind of quietly, it'll still pick up everything. Noise gate is great to get rid of any background noises, button clicking, fans, things like that. All right, let's get into like one of the standard airplanes that come with the game. See how it works. Let's try one of the big planes. Let's try we'll try the Airbus 330. We'll try that one. We don't really ever get into that one. See what liveries come with this bitch. Oh, Brussels. Big Brussels. A cool livery. What else they got? Alright, that's Rolls-Royce VIP. Airbus livery. Iberia, Dutch, Korean, Malaysia, Qatar. I always like Malaysia. That's a pretty livery, Malaysia Air. All right, what else we got? And then we got Rolls-Royce. Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't realize you had like all these airplanes. That's pretty cool. All right, let's see what pulls up here. and we'll just pick one and go with it. Yeah, we'll do Brussels again. All right. Oh, you know what? I got to make sure that matches up. Hang on 1 second. Let's change it to I know that's not a European tail number, but that's okay. My tail number. Okay, let's go in and set up a flight. And sim brief real quick. Okay, from EBBR. BRU, BBR. Actually, you know what? We'll do a big. We'll do like. All right, we'll depart from there and go here. A330 300. That works. I don't really, well, we'll throw in extra fuel here. So, let's see here. Forward operating base, do 500 kilograms here. 50 there. ATC fuel, let's do 30. And 10 for weather. All right, generate. And that should trigger GSX to have the right info. We're not going to be actually flying this. I just wanted to check out GSX. All right, let's see what happens. We'll see if any what vehicles show up. Maybe tomorrow, if I do another flight, maybe we'll check out SayIntentions. I'm sure it'll be fine with the update, but you know, I haven't tried SimConnect either. I wonder if SimConnect works. We'll try it out in a moment. Oh, we got to get rid of that sound profile. I hate how it always starts off the same way. Eco soundscapes. Yeah, that's so shit is so loud. All right, we'll turn off city. Beaches. See, the engine sounds so bad. You know what? I'm just gonna erase that. That shit sounds so bad. Those engines sound terrible. So much flange. Okay. Get in this bitch and all right, ground. Ah, very good. Do you see how this airplane is? I was talking about this in the beginning. You see how this airplane is kind of bouncing? You can see it. You can see it bouncing a little bit, how it's like almost like it's breathing. Oh, you know what that is actually? That's FS Realistic Pro. That's what that was earlier. But earlier it was making the airplane bounce. Like the airplane's not bouncing this time. Yeah, I like that it's got Olympic like that. That's pretty dope. Yeah, before it was making the whole airplane bounce. I had to stop using FS Realistic for a few minutes so I could get that fixed. All right, let's as soon as I deactivated FS Realistic Pro, like the plane stopped bouncing around. All right, battery. Station. IRS align. Oh, ChasePlane, I miss you. I miss you, ChasePlane. Oop, no pilot ID. I kind of forget what my number is. Hang on a second. Is it getting late? I go to bed soon. Oh man, gotta. I get my old man clothes on. Sim brief. Log in. Okay. You'll see the game in a second. I gotta fix this real quick. So I can log in. Okay, so that should be good now. Alright, let's okay, there we go. Alright, now let's you know what, let's wait. We're not going to do anything with that yet. You know, let's hang on, let's take all the covers off real quick and then we'll call the trucks over and see what GSX do. See what GSX do! I know that's not proper English. Okay. That is interesting. Why is that not, That is very interesting. I wonder why... Huh. I wonder if the GPU has to be disconnected. Very strange. Alright, well, fuck it. Let's, see what GSX does. Oh, hang on. I gotta turn on the sound. Okay. Let me turn the music off. We got them on the same channels. Alright, no more music. GSX going. Alright, I'm ready now. Alternate Z. Oops, not alternate. There we go.
on aboard crew? Pilots boarding starting. Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Ah, it's over here. Alright, so it works pretty well.
Hello, Captain. VAR ready for pushback.
Crew boarding starting.
Very nice. You can see the crew walking in the gangway or whatever that's called. You can hear the fuel truck releasing its shit. Remember last time I tried to use this.
Report checks completed. Pipe has been inserted.
Alright, he's putting the flag in. Last time he didn't do all that. I do not. I am so unfamiliar with these camera angles now without using GSX. I mean, without using ChasePlane. Yes, it's got the hose connected again. Our man's connecting the hose. We got people walking in. Oh, that is beautiful. GSX. Oh, GSX works. Let's see if this works. See if it'll load our position. See if SimConnect works. SimConnect is maybe gonna work.
Has boarded. Passengers boarding started.
Yep, got our
Please
airplane.
use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
We probably could have done it there or entered it in down here. That's great that it works. All right, let's get out of here. That's wonderful. Good job. Good job. Good job. I think that's gonna be about it, right? I think that's gonna be about it for tonight. Unless we do a quick little mission. Dun, 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 content strike. Copyright strike. Dun, dun, dun. Come on, baby. Alright, so we did the first one. Let's do this one here. It's weird the GSX thing is still showing. Thought maybe the shortcut command for it. I have it set to Control Shift Z. I was thinking maybe if I clicked on that, maybe that would get rid of the blip up, but nope. We've been running good tonight, 100 and some frames a second. That's great. This all this is just taking pictures. It's kind of dumb. We're gonna fly a helicopter. Let's do a mission real quick. Let's do like a helicopter actual mission, not one of these. This is dumb. Let's do one of our career mode missions real quick. Like we'll try to find a survivor or some bullshit like that. I always like those, especially the ones in the mountains. I like searching like in the Alps and the Rockies and... Alright, career mode. Hey, it went away. Mr. Pop-Up went away. Goodbye, Mr. Pop-Up. Goodbye. Bye. Oh, it's still there. Oh, don't do that again. No. This is the second time this has done this, where it like puts all these stars everywhere first. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Search and rescue hoist. Okay, yeah, we'll do this one. Let's do this one. Boat seems to fit. Oh, I've never done one of these where we're over the water like that. I've done the missions where you have to hoist objects and like deliver them like from a drilling rig, like an oil rig, and somewhere else. But I've never done one of these where like we actually have to go out and into sea and pick somebody up. That's pretty dope. All right, let's try that. I guess I can close out the GSX on OBS. Sweet. Look at my haircut, bro. What's up, bitch? What's up? What's up, yo? Alright, remove the chocks. Here we go. Do you see how this thing is bouncing? I bet you if I stop FS Realistic Pro, I'm getting ready to cancel it out now as soon as I can get to that screen. There we go. Watch. Well, you can't see it, but I'm closing it out right now. Bang. It's fine. That's what I was talking about, that bouncing. Look at that. That's cool. That's the radar right there. All right, remove the covers there. Move the engine covers. Static port. Engine cover, actually. Prop cover. And I think the static other side. There we go. Actually, I want to hang on, let me put the HUD up quick. Because I love flying these with the HUD. Cockpit, I don't need it in the cockpit, outside. See our engines. A nice helicopter. I think I've been in this one for a while. Sounds good.
Quest 4 BRU, ready for departure.
Still uses our tail number. I mean our flight number. You know, our call sign. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Here's your mission if you choose to accept it. Get rid of the GSX pop-up.
Ashley, a sailor, has gone missing near Channel Islands National Park coastline, and of course, no connection around, so phones are useless. The conditions out there are tough, and we haven't heard from her yet. We need to locate her fast.
sound like.
Touch to coordinate the operation. Let's go.
She doesn't sound like it's a big deal.
44 Charlie Alpha traffic. BRU Sierra Whiskey Alpha 421 tree is taxiing to runway 19er. 44 Charlie Alpha.
Hang on, you know, I don't know what is throttle. Hang on a second. It's collective, throttle, mixture, and rotor brake. So I don't really care about. Well, mixture we should probably. All right, let's go back and. Throttle's up. Taxiing is usually a bit easier on the when we're outside. We can keep. I think you need to keep 5 or 10 feet above the ground, something like that, if I remember right. No! I think there's no failures. See, this is so stupid with the helicopter. We could just take off right from here. They're going to make us go all the way to the end of this runway. Usually, like with the controller, you turn with the rudder, but not working too well with the rudder pedals. And I don't really feel like going in and resetting everything or playing with it. I just want to get up in the air and just fly some shit, try a mission. I guess we just gotta turn it without using the rudder pedal. I got to use the triggers. Okay, so the triggers on my yoke do the axis that I need. Okay. That fuel light should go out once we start cruising. Okay, so it's not the rudder pedals that I really needed to worry about, it's the triggers up here that I really need to use. Alright, well that makes it easier to fly. I guess that's the default setting. The default setting. This was really a rescue mission in real life. I don't think they'd have us go all the way to the end of the runway in a helicopter. Microsoft. Like, I think like, all right, just enter the runway and just, yeah, you can just, oh yeah, that's right, you're a helicopter. You can just take off. You don't need a running start. Running at 73 frames a second right now. GPU is still under 70 degrees Celsius. CPU is only at 30-some percent, 33, 35% in that area, and I got a lot of stuff running right now. That's good stuff. Can I get up here? I think I can get up here and... Oh, I can't. I thought there was a way to zoom out of the thing up there. Now we know how to turn. We used the little levers here. I'd never used these triggers. I imagine if I was playing DCS or something like that, I'd be using these for like missiles and bombs, or machine guns and missiles. Why are we going straight up in the air? What the hell? Might want to practice this a little bit if you have a yoke. Like, oh boy. That's probably the boat right out there. She couldn't just swim to shore. Like, it's not like we're going... Fuck, what is trim on this bitch? Ah, that's trim. Jesus. You know what? Fuck a helicopter. We need an Xbox controller for that. Let's just we'll do something else. We'll do like pictures or flying somebody around so they can take pictures or some shit. Alright, missions. Don't do the star thing, please. Please, we know, please, thank you. Alright, what's all this? Eurocopter. Here we go. That's another Airbus. Ferry flight, 20 minutes. And the Zivco Edge. That could be cool, let's do that. It's only 35 miles. Come on, Mug. Let's go, bitch. Come on. From Ogden, Hickney to Coville. Coville. Ah, another Cessna. Another Cessna. Actually says Zivco Edge. You got some white hair, don't you? Good lord. Yeah, I don't think this is the right setup to be flying a helicopter. Yeah, we're flying a ferry flight in this airplane. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Hello, I'm Jessica Krause. Thanks for accepting the job. I'm your contact here. Today's job involves getting this Edge 540V3 to Hoytsville as soon as possible. The owner's aircraft was in for maintenance, and now that it's fixed, he wants it flown back. He is already waiting for it. His name's Mr. David Kahn. Have a safe trip.
I mean, do we have any lights?
Ogden Ground, BRU Kilo Delta, Sierra 858 with Golf. Request taxi to the active, east departure. BRU Kilo Delta, Sierra 858. Taxi to and hold short of runway 21 using taxiway Charlie Alpha. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready. Taxi to and hold short runway 21 via taxiway Charlie Alpha, BRU Kilo Delta, Sierra 858.
Microsoft, this is dumb as shit. There's no controls on the light. What are we going to fly with a flashlight the whole time? Really? I mean, I don't see a way. Let me turn the flashlight off. Hang on. I guess we could do that. We don't have any, like, where are the lights? Doesn't this bitch have any lights? I think I'm done for him. I don't think I'm... Unless we can change the time. Maybe we can change the time. Oh, all right, let's do. I fucking want to complete something. This is so retarded, Microsoft. Why the fuck do you give us an airplane to fly at night with no lights? God, you guys are fucking morons sometimes. Like I really wonder who puts all this shit together. Like, somebody has to look at this and be like, oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's let them fly with a flashlight the whole time. They can take turns like flicking it side to side and make it look like, you know, like navigation lights on the airplane. We'll give them a little piece of film that's green, a little piece of film that's red, and they can put it up on the windows and they can flash it and it'll look red and green. I mean, what the fuck, Microsoft? You're stupid. What's up here? Airbus? I don't want an Airbus. Okay, transport. That's 1 hour. It's too long. Aerial tour. See here. Agricultural. Land might. Alright, let's just do this. Cessna 185 Skywagon. Yeah, let's just do it. I just want to try to complete a mission. I just want to see how it runs. Trying to fly a helicopter with this. Helicopter pitches straight up in the air. The throttle's not working. You know, the collective's not working properly, so I'm not gonna put in time tonight to try to figure that out. I just want to complete something. Jump into an airplane with no lights. What the fuck are you thinking about, Microsoft? Stupid. Really, some of these developers are so stupid. You're gonna give us like that kind of mission, at least give us the capability of turning the lights on outside. Cessna Skywagon. Look at them big old Draco tires on that thing. Look at that mud. Wish I was that skinny again. Alright, remove chocks. Was that skinny at one point, man? At one point.
Ready for boarding, Andrea.
Well noted.
Nice little fake Corvette Stingray. That's throttle. All right, let me change the. Let me change this to like Cessna 152 for the controls. There we go. There we go. All right.
Seems like you're ready to go.
Goddamn right I am.
For this, isn't it? Today, you're flying with Karen for a Delta Discovery tour. She's here with someone to check out the visit and see if it's worth adding to her tour operator's lineup. If your seatbelts are fastened, you're all set. Let's go. Thumbs up.
Hang on, we got to adjust the trim. Got to reverse that because for reasons. Because even though it works properly right now, you know, we got to change it in this airplane. All right, trim. I'm not really trying to complain. It's just it's dumb. Like if you set the axis, then you shouldn't have to go in and reset it Now I got to try to remember that for next time, like when I get into the next interceptor mission. All right, let's see here. All right, now that's working properly. All right, flaps 1.
Ground, BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410 with Alpha. Request taxi for takeoff. North departure.
BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410. Taxi to and hold short of runway 13 via taxiway Golf. Contact tower on 127.6 when ready.
Taxiing. Hold short runway 13 via taxiway Golf. BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410.
Okay, so we're at 30, 40, so around 45.
Hi, I'm Karen. Looking forward to the ride.
Oh no, not a Karen.
Hi, I'm Michael, Karen's husband.
Hold on, Karen, bitch. All right, so we're around 226. All right, so there we go. Guess you can't pull it back out again. Oh well, let's go. Actually, this I just like the little HUD side with this airplane. There we go. That way I can at least just see what I'm working with, because I do like to fly outside in these airplanes sometimes. Plus, if we're trying out new things. See how this beta does. Beta! Sounds pretty good. Taxi's really fast for being at a low idle.
Foxtrot Sierra 1410 at runway 13 ready for departure. Departure to the north.
BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410. Altimeter 299er2 departure to the north approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 13.
Cleared for takeoff runway 13. BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410.
I've been looking forward to this tour. We need something new to offer to our clients.
Starting to pitot heat off. It's like 60 degrees outside. Power set.
I absolutely love this job. Let's go. That's a great start. I've always loved takeoffs.
BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410. Continue for north departure.
Tower, BRU Lima Foxtrot, Sierra 1410. Continue for north departure.
BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410. Leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Tower, BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410. Frequency change.
That's a little bit more than a rate rate 1 turn, but that's all right.
I've always wanted to do this, but kept putting it off. So glad I finally did.
No, I mean, she's a Karen, but she sounds pretty nice. All right, we're probably gonna have to get down in altitude. I would think we're gonna have to be around like 1,000 or 1,200 feet. So let's get down. So we're running around 70 frames, 68, 70 frames a second. It's not bad. That looks good.
Right there, look. It's like we have a totally different sense of scale from up here.
Yep, that's true, Karen. All right, so we're at about 1,000 feet. Good. Climb up a little bit. Oh shit.
That's Burns Bog Ecological Conservancy. Look.
'Cause usually when you go around on these things, you have to be at a certain altitude, or yeah, see, 1,000, right? Alright, let's head to the golf course. Oh, good. Got the little a display up there showing us where we need to go. All right, my Lura Golf Course. Ground looks great. Look at all that. That looks fantastic.
There, just below us. I'm in awe. I never pictured anything like this.
See the depth of scale out in the back. Mountains, you can see towers and buildings. That's great.
It's my Laura Golf Course sit-away, right?
Let's get down in altitude. Let's just keep going this way. This is pretty much due south. Get up to about 1,000 feet again. A lot of cars on the highway down there. Very nice. Kind of are, buddy. That's the first thing you said all day, dude. First thing.
Harbor Park looks brilliant.
Ladner Harbor Park.
I know I'm talking, but I'm feeling at a loss for words.
Hey, shut the fuck up. That's what you could do. think we left our lights on, our takeoff lights on the whole time. We'll just leave them on now.
Is 4 miles northwest. 900
Yep.
with Alpha to land.
BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410 Tower. Altimeter 29902. Make straight in runway 1 tree.
Got it, buddy.
BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410. Wind calm. Cleared to land runway 1 tree. BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410. Did you hear my last transmission?
I did. Sorry, buddy.
BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410. Please acknowledge.
I did.
BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410.
Oh my God.
Please acknowledge.
Flaps full. Almost had the center line.
That landing felt like I was on a trampoline.
Yeah, you get used to it.
BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410. Turn next taxiway.
You get used to it.
BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410. Contact ground on 124 decimal tree.
Going to 124 decimal tree. BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410.
Oh, stop after a hold short.
Ground. BRU Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410. Taxi to parking.
Yeah, we were right over the center line.
Lima Foxtrot Sierra 1410. Taxi to General
Welcome back,
Aviation
guys.
parking via taxiway Delta
So,
Cross runway 25
Did you enjoy it, Karen? Ready to do it again?
We had the center line, and I thought I was ready to touch down.
Taxiway Delta Cross. It was amazing. Thank you so much. 5 Charlie.
And then obviously we were a little too high. That would take a little bit of practice to figure out line of sight. Like, I always try to look at the end of the runway when I'm landing. When I cross the threshold, I try to look at the end of the runway, and I try to keep that as the plane is sinking. But I haven't tried to land one of these planes in probably a year. I'm not used to the visual difference with the height. Wasn't a bad landing. Like, it was pretty soft. But hey man, center line, that's an elusive mistress. Center line. Not gonna lie, it was kind of fun doing one of those little missions. I want to do one maybe next time with the helicopter. I got no problem flying a helicopter with the Xbox controller. It's just using this setup. It's not really meant for helicopters. I guess you could use it, but part of the reason I like doing these missions is because you get a little bit of a variation of airplanes, and I can fly outside a lot, which is great. I love flying outside these airplanes. I'm gonna turn off after this. That way I can get up early tomorrow and go get my driver's license, come back and do a long ass, not long, but a couple hours on X-Plane. Get all my cooking done, and then maybe come back tomorrow night. Little Mo action. This new update, I mean, everything's been running super smooth. Very nice. Now, there is a little bit of a green flash. I don't know if you guys have seen that throughout the stream tonight. There's the video. There's a little green light that keeps on flashing every once in a while. At first, I thought it was when we were in the Interceptor. I thought that was like a reflection from, you know, one of the identifications, like flashing. But nope, still happening here. You wouldn't really have us taxi through all these airplanes, would you? Yes, they would. Yeah, if you just saw it, it just flashed like down here.
Not bad. Had some great moments. A couple of tweaks here and there, and I think that we've got something fresh for our clients.
Very nice. That was cool. See what we got. We probably got an A. I'd be surprised if we got an S. That first sightseeing part we did, that was a little rough. Landing smooth is a 0. Are you really, bitch? I beg to differ. That was a pretty fucking smooth landing. Now we're gonna drop from an S tier probably now. Let's see. Oh, we need to get back up to S where we were. Not that it matters. Level 113. What do I get for it? Nothing. Microsoft, fix this shit right here. Right here. Look at me, Microsoft. Look at me right here. Look at me, Microsoft. Look at me, Microsoft. Fix this shit. Hey, what is this? This is new. Specialization certification. Here we go. Fix this. Heavy airliner rating. Future update. It's been saying it for a year and a half. Power lift rating. A year and a half, Microsoft. Fix it. Stop being lazy. Fix the fucker already. Alright. I will see everybody tomorrow, hopefully. And that's about it, my friends. Have a good Tuesday. I will see you on the next episode of the Airplane Show. See ya.